I'm reading Franco Berardi, and the title is called "The Uprising on Poetry and Finance,"
Mm.
and he's talking about rhythm, um, which sort of, in some way, is a reflection of what you just mentioned. An initial chaosmic folding consists in making the powers of chaos coexist with those of the highest complexity. It is by a continuous coming and going at an infinite speed that the multiplicities of entities differentiate into ontologically heterogeneous complexions and become chaotis. Hello? I think it meant chaoticized and abolishing their figural diversity and by homogenizing themselves within the same being, non being. In a way, they never stop diving into an umbilical chaotic zone where they lose their extrinsic references and coordinates, but from where they re emerge invested with new charges of complexity. It is during this chiasmic folding that an interface is installed, an interface between the sensible finitude and existential territories and the transensible infinitude of the universe of reference bound to them. Thus, one oscillates, on the one hand, between a finite world of reduced speed where limits always loom up behind limits, constraints behind constraints, systems of coordinates behind other systems of coordinates, without ever arriving at the ultimate tangent of a being matter which recedes everywhere, and on the other hand, universes of infinite speed where being can't be denied anymore, where it gives itself in its intrinsic differences, in its heterogeneous qualities. The machine, every species of machine, is always at the junction of the finite and infinite. At this point, a negotiation between complexity and chaos.
That reminded me of two things while you're reading that. John Dee, the ancient philosopher who
D.
lived in the 15th century.
Yeah, the Queen Elizabeth CIA man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who said that numbers are the mystic medium of the sensible and insensible world. And then Umberto Eco, who said that the purpose of a grammatical device is to pair phonetic and rational languages. And as I heard you talking, it seems like he was saying there has to be some kind of device to pair
Exactly.
these worlds in order for there to be some kind of sense. Either there's no pairing and there is no sense at all, completely chaos, or it comes out of the chaos, but that it's a machine, a device that's making the sense. The sensible and the insensible have to meet in this pairing through this grammatical device. And that's why the mathematical systems are so important because they describe perfectly these grammatical devices of pairing a sensible world of physical things and a rational world of ideas. There's always a world of forms that are in between them, mediating these two worlds. Mm-hmm. And I think he describes it well.
Okay. This is not deliberately being heady. This guy's one of my closest allies in these types of discussions.
I have to say, I can only have this kind of conversation in Berlin with Sadiq Bey.